we are going to speak about perhaps the essence, the heart, the core of your presentation to investors. And as you know, it's very nice to be charismatic and to have a very clear, open line when you get into the room and to create the rapport and to start building a relationship with your investor. But in the end of the day, it's about really the content and the essence that will be within your presentation. Okay? So I would like to perhaps suggest a format, yes, a clear format for presenting your venture to investors. Okay? Now I would say that I can see some presentations which are very long. You can see 30, 40 slides sometimes. This is a clear way of getting your investor board before the presentation even started. Some of my questions, sometimes my question, the first question is, how many slides do we have when I meet investors? Yeah? So first of all, I will give you perhaps my suggestion, which is a simple six slide presentation, which has the main ideas that you would like to focus on. Okay, you can elaborate, you can perhaps get into up to 10, I would say 12 slides, not more than this. The rest you can elaborate out loud, or you can send in a separate presentation, which the investor will have time, if he will have time, because most of us, we don't have time today to go through, paperwork. As you know, the business plan originally, as it was, disappeared from our world. Everything is now getting to the point clear. So I invite you to look at I call it 6 by 6, because it basically allows you to present 6 slides within 6 minutes. 6 by 6, okay? Now, the first one is the need, or the problem, okay? In the end of the day, think about it. All the ideas that are around us, all the products came out of some kind of need, of pain, of something that was missing. Okay, even if it's, think about it, some people say to me, how come a mobile application game is coming, to really save or to create a solution for something? So yes, there is a need to do something with your time, to do something with boldness. Okay, so think about every product you think of is coming to answer some kind of need. What I invite you to do in the first slide is to present the clear need that your product or your service is about to solve. Okay? What is the problem? What is the need, the pain that is there? Okay? Okay? If there is lack of something, or if there is something at the moment that is not being fulfilled properly, this is the gap in the market. Okay? This is where you're getting it. So you really present to the investor that there is something there, that your product or your service, it can be a Me Too product that is, that it already exists, but you give it a new flavor. You give it in a special price, which the competition cannot afford to do. But this is the need, and this is where what is missing in the market. And this is where you're coming. So the first slide would be the need. Second slide will be your solution. Very clear. How are you going to answer this need? Why is your product better or different to any other product that is out there? Okay? Why the market was waiting for your product and for your service? Okay? This is the need, and this is our solution. Okay? Slide number 3 is, how are you going to sell the product? It's not enough to have a good idea. It's not enough to have the right solution. It's also about, how do we create the market? There is an old phrase saying, it's not enough to have a gap in the market. It's also about making sure that you have a market in the gap. Okay? So here you want to be in the position that you can demonstrate very clearly that there is a big market for it. If you're selling something to dogs, yeah? If you're selling to housewives, if you're selling something to a divorced 45 midlife crisis males, where is the market, and how can you get to this market? Okay, for example, there is a new product now creating a TV channel for dogs. Yeah, so when you're going out, instead of the dog being bored and suffering on his own, dog is a very, as you know, friendly pet. You can put a channel that the dog will see all kinds of, out of researches, can see dogs passing by, some noises, some things which will make him alive and not feel alone. So if you want to be in the position to present this to an investor, you want to say how many dogs you have, for example, how many households with dogs you have in the United States, how much you can, what is the size of the market, and how are you going to present it and sell it, okay? If, for example, you have on your board one of the biggest producers or station owners, obviously it starts to be very clear how big is the market, and also what the first stages that you're going to do in order to penetrate this market. So I would invite you to consider that this slide is about show me the market and what I call go-to-market strategy. How are you going to approach this market? Okay? The fourth slide is about the business model, and the business model is about what we call show me the money. How? Okay, you have a big market, there is plenty of households. How are you going to make money? Okay? How much money will it cost you to produce it, to create this product or service? How much effort would it make to do the marketing and sales for it? And how much you're going to sell it? And how many people, according to your strategy and to your plan, will buy this? Show me the money. Show me that there is a clear business validation, and as we are discussing around this course, show me a clear business validation that you have spoken to your customers, you have spoken to your clients, and you know that they will be willing to pay for this product. Okay? So, show me the money is a very clear way of presenting to the investor that you are crystal clear how this business is going to make money and how much profit you're going to have. In the first year, the second year, and the third year. Don't go beyond the third year. We don't know what will happen in 3 years' time. We don't know what softwares, what technologies will rule the world in 3 years' time. Okay? Would Google be the king? Would Facebook suddenly, with a new company going to emerge? So 3 years maximum of planning that you want to be in the position to share. Okay? The fifth slide would be about the team. As we discussed, investors would not invest in a one-man gang operation. Okay? Please consider that you are a team, and the way to present the team is to really be very clear about the achievements of the team. It doesn't mean that you need to have a very highly experienced team. Okay? If you think about, Google, the two entrepreneurs that raised this money, they were about 21, 22, very little experience, but they managed to demonstrate some kind of skills when they raised the first 100K. Okay? So you want to be in the position that you can demonstrate some success wherever it is. If you were the chairman of the alumni of your university, anything that can demonstrate capabilities, anything that can demonstrate skills within your team, okay? And also, as I mentioned before, create an advisory board. You want to be in the position that behind your team, you have an advisory board that you manage to enroll. I remember one entrepreneur that came to my office inviting me to invest in his business, and I asked him, okay, who is your team? And he said, look, I've yet to convince my wife about this. I'm still, in the process. I hope she will, enroll to the fact that I'm going to be an entrepreneur and have my own business. And I've yet to approach other people. A bit, you want to be in the position to demonstrate that you managed to enroll a team, and also you have an experienced advisory board people with experience in different walks of life that can bring a real added value in the background that can support you in this amazing journey. Okay, and the last but not least is about your exit strategy. I would put a very short idea or direction about exit strategy. For example, I've invested in a company that had created a product which is like a sensor for outdoor activities, and they showed me from very early stages that they are the biggest player there is a company called Emerson, and they already from day one knew that when they will be in the position to make enough noise in their industry, Emerson will be there to perhaps be a potential buyer. And just 2 months ago, we sold this company to Emerson. Okay, it was a short 3 years of investment. And I remember, in the first presentation that they presented to us, they mentioned Emerson and one other company that is potential buyer. And this, I think, for us was a clear idea that they know where they're going and they have a strategy to move forward as an investors. You want to know that there is a clear direction that the company is going. Okay? So, looking at the presentation, you want to put a 6-slide presentation that you can pitch for 6 minutes. In the future, you can add, you can elaborate, you can be spontaneous. But I invite you to create the first infrastructure, yeah, or the first blueprint of your 6x6 presentation. 6 slides, 6 minutes. Practice it, practice it, practice it. You know, they say that Steve Jobs, you know, in his jeans and a famous black shirt, was practicing for 3 weeks, day in, day out, before he went on stage. Okay, and then it looks easy. It looks like, you know, a day in the park. So I invite you to practice, practice, practice. By all means, share with me any insights or any ideas that are coming along the way. Thank you for your listening, and I'll see you very soon.